Hello, hello. Gonna wait just a minute before I get started. Let Facebook do all of its notification things. While we're waiting, a couple of things. If this video makes a positive impact on you, then help me, help you, help those that you love and care about. Make an impact on the lives of those people you love and care about, and just hit that share button down there. Just please share this with the people who follow you, people in your tribe, if this makes a positive impact on you. Second thing is that if this video makes a positive impact on you, then please follow me on YouTube, because I've got so many videos. I got more videos than I can even count on my YouTube channel, James Arthur Ray. So follow me on YouTube. And please hit the share button if this makes a positive impact on you. When you come in the room, please say hello and tell me who you are, where you're from, down below. And I usually come back. I like to come back after the fact and reply to your comments and answer your questions and all those types of things. Hey, Ruby, good to see you. So you'll notice that the title of this brief conversation is called Just One More Thing. And let me suggest to you that a vast majority of the people that my wife Bersabeh and I coach on a regular basis and interact with on a regular basis are just waiting for one more thing. What do I mean? Well, something like this. When I sell my house and move, then I will do what I know I need to do. When I get enough money in the bank, then I will invest in myself. When I get my house paid off, then I'll be in a position to do what I know I need to do. When the holidays are over, then I'll start eating more healthfully and exercising. Oh, here's a good one. Here's a great one. In today's world. When the COVID circus is done, then I'll invest in myself, then I'll get busy, then I'll start that business, then I'll do the things that I know I need to do. Well, let me promise you, there's always going to be one more thing. And I don't care. Listen to the voice of experience. When I was making multiple millions of dollars a year, there was always one more thing. When I was making nothing and homeless, there was always, which I was just about 8 years ago, then there was always just one more thing. You see, there's always a good excuse, also known as a good story, that you can attempt to convince yourself with that will keep you from doing what you know you need to do. Are you following me on this? And it's rampant in today's world. Well, James, I lost my job. When the lockdown gets over, then I'll do what I know I need to do. No, you won't. No, you won't. Well, James, I lost my job. Well, I'm sensitive to that. I understand that. I lost my entire business. I lost every single thing that I had and was homeless just about 8 years ago. So I understand tough times. But I also understand that you're not going to do anything unless you do it right now. The only time to do something is to do it right now. Are you with me on this? Because there's always going to be just one more thing. The greatest pain that we as a human species can experience is the pain of regret. And study after study proves that most people leave this lifetime with that pain. Looking back and going, oh my God, I wish I would have. Oh my God, I probably could have. I just didn't have the courage to do it now. I was always waiting for one more thing. I just had to get enough money in the bank. I just had to pay off my house. I just had to get the kids through school. I just had to get through COVID circus. Well, let me tell you something. COVID circus isn't going to end for a long, long time. Well, there's virus, James. Well, let me tell you something else. And listen to me, please. This one more thing idea is the pandemic. It's not a virus. That's a virus. The greatest virus we're dealing with is the virus of when I get this, then I'll do something. If I had just one more thing, then I'll do what I know I need to do. If this just changes, if this gets paid for, if I get enough money in the bank, well, let me promise you, based on 4 decades of experience working with over 1 million people from 143 countries around the world, you will never, ever not have one more thing. You're always going to have one more thing. Let me tell you a quick story. My grandfather, my dad's dad, God rest his soul, had multiple millions of dollars in the bank, and he was a miser. He was a miser. He lived in fear his entire life. I remember my granddad always talking about, I'm going to go here and travel. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to experience that when I sell my business, when I get the house paid for, when this happens and that happens. My granddad was such a miser that when I was in high school, for my birthday, if I was lucky, he would give me $1. And it's not about the money, but it's about the principle. Seriously, you got multiple millions in the bank, and you're going to give me $1. Why? Because you're in such fear and so miserly that you're selling yourself short. Well, let me tell you something. Unfortunately, my granddad left this lifetime. He never went where he wanted to go. He never did what he wanted to do. He always had big dreams and desires, and he never fulfilled them. Vast research proves that most people leave this lifetime with a tremendous amount of regret. Why? Because they're waiting for just one more thing. Look, here's the pandemic. Here's the virus. And by the way, just as a side note, listen to me, please. Do you know that as a human species, that 50% of what you're made up of is virus? 50% of who you are is virus. There's more virus in you than there are cells. And so, we're running around. The great virus is the virus of fear, the virus of just one more thing. If you're not careful, you're going to be one of those people who go all the way through 2020 hanging on by your fingernails in fear and frustration, waiting for the COVID circus to get over with, waiting for the new president to be elected or the incumbent president to be elected, waiting for the government to shift, waiting for something, and you're going to get into 2021, you're going to look back across the last year, and you're going to realize you never, ever lived. Not really. Because existing is not living. Well, James, it's tough. I understand it's tough. It's tough for me too. I understand tough. You know anything about my life, I understand tough. But I also know that when I was homeless 8 years ago and $20 million in debt, did you hear me? $20 million in debt just 8 years ago, that I had a lot of good excuses, a lot of good reasons to not do anything and just wait for one more thing. And if I had of, I wouldn't be here talking with you today. Because there's always going to be one more thing. Are you with me on this? And so the only time you have is right now. Because time is the greatest opponent. Time sits across from you at the chessboard of life, and it's going to wipe you off the board before you're ready. I guarantee you. My granddad wasn't ready to go. My dad wasn't ready to go. I meet very few people who are ready to go. Time is going to wipe you off before you're ready, most probably, and me too, But the fact is, if you can remember that, then you got to get busy and you got to do it now, because there's always going to be some good reason, some good excuse, some good story as to why to not do it. I just need this one more thing, James. Then I'll invest in myself. Well, you're never going to get the one more thing, because if you get the one more thing, there's going to be just one more thing, and one more thing, and one more thing. So this is your wake-up call. What are you going to do? If this has made an impact on you today, then again, please do yourself a big favor. Do me a big favor. Help me, help you, help those you love and care about. Just hit the share button and share it with the people that follow you, because I believe the world needs to hear this right now. Because so many people are waiting for the elections to be over. Just one more thing. So many people are waiting for 2020 to be over. Just one more thing. But it doesn't work that way. Are you with me on this? The time to take action is right now. And hit the share button, please. Follow me on my YouTube channel. If this video made an impact on you, there's a plethora, there's a college word, a plethora of videos on YouTube that you can watch for free. And finally, I want to invite you. We have Mike Calderwood here, we have Brian here, we have Ruby here, several people who are members of our online community to get coaching every single week from me and my wife Bersabeh, 4 times a month in Project Stay Home. We've had it together now for 6 months, and the community is growing. The community is on fire. It's a group of growth-minded individuals who are committed to transforming their life and not waiting for one more thing, but to get busy right now to transform their life, transform their business, transform their relationship, and transform the world. And God knows we need this. And here's the great news. It's $13.97 a month. It's less than HBO. So, what are you waiting for? There's a link above my head. Facebook won't let me link directly to it, but if you go to my website, jamesray.com, right above my head, and click on store, then it's the first thing that comes up, Project Stay Home. $13.97 will get you into the membership of the community. And there's over 200 hours of live coaching sessions already in the library that you have full access to. It's live via Zoom. Thank you, Mike Calderwood. Live via Zoom. So you get to interact with me and Bersabeh live on video, ask us questions live, get coaching live every single week. We record them all, and we have them in your library. And again, 4 coaching sessions a month. Hey Gina, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Gina's a new member. 4 coaching sessions a month. Dominic's here. Dominic is a member of Project Stay Home for $13.97. If you won't invest $13.97 to transform your life, then I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. So click the link and go to the store on jamesray.com and just jump into Project Stay Home, and I'll see you live and introduce you to our growing community from around the world every Thursday night, and you can start this Thursday, all right? God bless. Thank you so much for a couple of moments of your day. Hit the share button, follow me on YouTube, and join us in Project Stay Home. Lots of love.